All right, guys, we've covered a lot of information. We've talked about how important vision is, how important it is to see the bird, especially when we're firing. We've talked a lot about eye dominance. We've talked about if there are some issues there, how to test for eye dominance and what different remedies or solutions there may be. We talked about our stance, we talked about our form, our gun fit, and our gun mount. So we've covered a lot of information and we haven't even gotten to where we've taken a shot yet. So what I want you to do, especially if you're new to shooting, if you're a beginner, I want you to learn how to get comfortable with some of this stuff. So number one, if we've got our dot or whatever we need to do with eye dominance, we go ahead and we put our glasses on. And I'm gonna show you how to practice a little bit at home. One drill that I use, I'm looking for just a spot, a spot on the wall, a picture, something hanging, something that I can point at. And I'm just going to practice my gun mount. You see my gun's open and unloaded. I'm just going to practice my gun mount. So I'm going to use the camera lens for my spot right now. And I'm just going to come in and mount the gun, point right at where I'm shooting. If you want to, what you can do, just to kind of double check to make sure you're able to point, you can see I'm able to point right at the camera. I know I'm on there, but shut that eye just to make sure. So I mount the gun with both eyes open, get right on the camera. I'm looking at the camera lens right now. Okay, yeah, perfect. I'm right on it. So just holding the gun, mounting the gun, doing those kind of things are going to help a lot. So I'll focus on stance a little bit. Okay, I'm getting balanced. I got my toe pointed. I'm feet are about shoulder width. I feel really good there. Okay, let's practice that gun mount on that spot. All right, so I've set my feet for that spot on the wall I'm going to mount to. So that's a great little thing just to do at home, just to have the gun in the hands, to get comfortable with the stance, with the balance, with the way we're going to hold the gun. Maybe you made a change, like you were holding the gun like this and you wanted to point that finger out, little things like that. So things that we want to go ahead and get comfortable with before we go out to the field. We can also practice the movement or the motion with the gun. I like to find a wall. You can look at the crease between maybe the ceiling and the wall. This will work good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the gun on this point right here and just swing it across the wall. And that's a way that I can kind of practice the movement. Again, I want the lower body, the legs and the ankles and the hips and everything to be involved in moving the gun. So I'll come in here and I'll set up, say this is kind of what I'm thinking of as a break zone out in here. Here's my whole point where I'm going to meet the bird. So I'm going to come in here and twist back, mount to that spot, and then move across that line right there. Just kind of practice moving the gun along a line. I'm rotating my body. I'm not swaying and getting way off balance or anything. I'm just meeting right on the line and moving there. So those are some ways that we can get comfortable with everything we've learned so far. Again, we understand that we've got to look at what we're trying to shoot. So when we're pointing at a spot on the wall, we're really making sure we look at that spot. We keep our eye on that spot and kind of test our ability to keep our eye on a spot and point on it. And then working on the stance, the balance, the movement. Those are some things I want you guys to do at home that's going to help it or make it a lot easier for you when we come out here to shoot targets. So good drills to do at home, practice up, and we'll be shooting soon.